Ownership begins the moment excuses lose their comfort. There is a quiet shock when you realize no one is coming to correct your course. No system will compensate for your hesitation, and no past hardship grants future permission to drift. This realization does not arrive gently. It lands heavy because it removes the illusion of rescue. Every outcome attached to your name traces back to decisions you made, decisions you delayed, or decisions you avoided entirely. That weight can feel unfair until you recognize its hidden gift. Control returns the instant blame disappears. When you stop scanning the world for someone to fault, energy turns inward. That inward turn sharpens awareness. Awareness exposes patterns. Patterns reveal leverage. This is how responsibility transforms from burden into weapon. The world does not negotiate with explanations. It responds to action. When you accept that truth fully, you stop narrating your life and start directing it. Direction demands clarity. Clarity requires honesty. Honesty strips away comforting lies about circumstances and replaces them with actionable reality. That replacement hurts briefly and empowers permanently. Comfort fades quickly when you rely on it to justify stagnation. The mind will invent endless reasons to delay accountability because accountability threatens identity. Identity prefers consistency even when consistency erodes potential. Responsibility challenges that preference by asking a brutal question. What did you do with what you were given? This question ignores intention and focuses on execution. Many resist it because it offers no refuge. Yet inside that refusal lies stagnation. When you finally answer honestly, something shifts. You realize the past cannot be edited, but the present remains responsive. Each choice becomes a vote. Each habit becomes a direction. Small actions compound quietly, and silence accompanies that growth because responsibility does not need an audience. It only needs repetition. Repetition rewires belief. Belief stabilizes behavior. Behavior produces results. Results silence doubt. This chain explains why people who accept full accountability move differently. They waste no motion on complaint. They measure days by effort applied rather than validation received. That measurement builds momentum without fanfare. Blame feels powerful because it provides instant relief. It lifts pressure temporarily and hands it elsewhere. That relief comes at a price few calculate. When responsibility leaves your hands, so does influence. Influence determines outcomes. Without it, you wait. Waiting dulls urgency. Urgency fuels progress. Progress requires friction. Friction is avoided by those who outsource control. Those who reclaim control invite friction deliberately because they understand its role. Friction reveals weakness. Weakness signals where work belongs. Work performed there multiplies capability. Capability reduces fear. Reduced fear improves judgment. Judgment compounds results. The cycle favors those who refuse to abdicate authorship of their lives. They do not deny obstacles. They contextualize them. Obstacles become conditions, not verdicts. Conditions can be navigated. Verdicts paralyze. This mental framing separates builders from spectators. Spectators analyze endlessly because analysis feels productive without risk. Builders accept risk because action generates feedback. Feedback accelerates growth faster than theory ever could. Accountability sharpens time perception. When you own outcomes, wasted hours feel heavier. Not because rest lacks value, but because avoidance becomes obvious. You feel the cost immediately. That sensation refines discipline. Discipline emerges not from punishment, but from alignment. You stop forcing yourself and start respecting your future enough to act. Respect changes behavior effortlessly. You protect mornings. You guard focus. You choose long-term payoff over short-term comfort. These choices appear ordinary externally yet compound dramatically. The compounding remains invisible for a while, which tests patience. Patience grows only when you trust the process. Trust comes from evidence. Evidence comes from consistency. Consistency depends on responsibility. Remove one link and the chain collapses. Keep it intact and progress becomes inevitable. This inevitability intimidates those invested in excuses because it exposes the simplicity of advancement. Simple does not mean easy. It means clear. Clear paths leave no one to blame when you stop walking. Reality responds to input with ruthless neutrality. It does not reward effort based on hardship endured or intention expressed. It rewards alignment between action and objective. Responsibility aligns those elements. When alignment exists, progress feels steady even during difficulty. Without it, effort scatters. Scatter breeds frustration. Frustration seeks explanation. Explanation often turns outward. Outward focus delays correction. Correction requires inward examination. That examination is uncomfortable because it exposes gaps between aspiration and execution.